says money can't buy happiness. Whenever I'm trying to beat the blues or simply get over a stressful day at work, there is nothing I enjoy more than some good old retail therapy. And going by the herds that flocked into every single mall in the country to get their money's worth at the end of season sales, I clearly am not the only one. But longer sale durations, higher frequency of sales and bigger discounts doesn't paint as pretty a picture for retailers who are trying to woo back the cautious consumer. What is increasingly being seen is that the Indian consumer doesn't mind waiting and going all out only during sale periods. One of the worst nightmares come true for both Indian and international brands. Tara Kapoor with this very interesting report.
It's a shopaholics' dream come true. Extended sales periods, big brands and even bigger discounts. It's that time of the year when retailers go all out to entice consumers with their end-of-season sales. Brands like Mango, Zara, Pantaloons, La Senza and Aldo all offered sales up to 50%, while other apparel hotshops like Nine West, Bossini, Marks & Spencer and Forever New had discounted rates as high as 60 to 70%. But with the discount period getting longer, this time around it's a 5-week sale period. That's a week extension from last year, plenty of inventory in stores, and such enticing prices. A disturbing trend is emerging for retailers. It's the fact that consumers today are only looking to shop during sale periods.
If you look at just from a volume perspective, most consumers are now shifting their big ticket purchases, geared according to end of season sales. So you actually see a difference of anywhere between 30 to 40% between the seasonality which used to be there and what you see right now. Our estimate is that the season sales, the pricing actually leads to anywhere between 6 to 8% drop in terms of the gross margins for the companies.
What we noticed during our end of season sale was that 30% more people came in and bought. We also noticed that an average customer actually bought much more quantity. So if a customer wanted 2 items, he started buying 5 or 6.
With consumers holding out on making purchases on clothes before the sales period, there has been plenty of pent-up demand from consumers. This means increased footfalls and higher conversion rates for most brands, resulting in a 30 to 40% increase in sales. For instance, a Tommy Hilfiger outlet in Delhi clocked rupees 20 lakhs on the first day of sales, while sales for Zara outlets across the country oscillated between 65 lakhs to a whopping 1 crore in a single day. Brands like Mango, Westside and Pantaloons had sales ranging from 6.5 lakhs to 20 lakhs a day. And while this might be enticing for international and national brands in the short term, this is not a very sustainable model, with profit margins reducing dramatically.
Not sustainable. So what we as a brand are trying to do is we are trying to restrict the amount of targets that we set ourselves for end of season sale. We are saying that instead of doing an X amount, we'll do 0.7X during end of season sale. So overall, what happens then is that you buy less. Once you buy less, you end up discounting less. Currently, what brands do is they buy for end of season sale, thinking that you get a larger top line and you are able to push through a lot of old inventory. But if you are smart enough, you don't have to buy as much, which means that you will end up selling less during end of season sale, which is okay. You will make less losses, you will discount less, and automatically that cycle will correct itself where the consumer will know that Puma doesn't have as much stock during end of season sale. So if I like something, I should buy it now rather than wait for end of season sale.
There are a lot of brands who are trying to corner market share for themselves, and they are cornering that market share at the cost of margins that they are making. But we have seen it in the past. Economics is a great leveler. Usually it catches up with people who do not have a very sound business model. So I don't think it's a very long-term game to extend your end of season sale and then sell and probably garner market share.
The other issue at hand is that with every brand trying to catch this herd of consumers during the sale period, the shoppers continue to be spoiled for choice. And as a result, with every company giving discounted rates, consumers are still being choosy about which brands or categories they want to spend their money on. The biggest gainers here would be casual wear and a few luxury brands, while formal wear as a category seems to have suffered the most.
If you look at casual and premium segments respectively, they have grown at anywhere between 18 to 22% compared to last year. However, formals actually has shown a marginal growth of maybe 5 to 7% across the categories. And if you further the average, you actually find, for example, brands like Benetton, Zara, etc. have done fairly well, while most of the formal brands have actually not been able to get that kind of growth.
But one thing that is becoming more and more clear is that this shopping paradise for consumers, where there are almost 3 months of sales throughout the year, is not sustainable for the retail industry. Going forward, brands will need to be more careful about the amount of inventory they buy from wholesalers. This means less bulk for the end-of-season sales and therefore shorter discount periods.
Consumer will become smarter, and eventually I think the industry will move to where the Western world is, specifically the US. Because if you go to the US, you always have some kind of a promotion or some kind of a deal that is going on, which is enticing the consumers to walk in. As the consumers become smarter, you will have to move. So for example, in the US, in February, you'll have something for Valentine's Day. In March, you'll have something for Women's Day. In April, you'll have something for back to school. In May, you'll have something for Mother's Day. You'll have something in June for Father's Day. You'll have end of season sale in July. Come August, you'll have back to university, or something or the other keeps going on in the US. And that's how the consumerism is. You are having twofold benefits or increases in terms of consumption in this. One is that the consumer doesn't need to wait because he or she knows that every month there'll be something that will come. And second is the consumer has multiple reasons to go back and shop more.
Expectations are that the pre-festive season will see a bit of a slump, especially for apparel brands. But most players will be focusing on heavy promotions, gift vouchers and other loyalty schemes to entice consumers and try and make them shell out more moolah on full price.